Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's just me right now. She's at work, so I'm just making the intro. Hopefully you enjoy part 3, and it might start like kind of abruptly, but here you go. Part 3. Cool. Anyway, that was that. And that was the moment where I didn't go to work. And I didn't go to work. Well, I didn't go to work that day when I had to work, and the next day I was off. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that day when my friend came back home from her job, basically, I was just like, okay, I don't care how this ends. At this point, I'm scared of him. I'm freaked out. I just want it to be done. I don't care how it's done. I don't give a fuck if he hates me or if he doesn't. I didn't give a fuck. This was probably a bitching move on my part, but I didn't care at this point. I just want the shit to be over.
I don't think there was any other way you could have handled it,
like,
honestly.
I wasn't want to go over there, and I didn't want to bring a friend with me over there because I don't know how the fuck he was going to react. Yeah. I just genuinely was freaking out and was like, I just can't. So, like the bitch I am, the scary bitch I was, I texted him and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Pretty much all I said. And he was like, what did I do? Why are you doing this? He goes on to this, and then he tries to call me, and I hang up. It's like, I'm at work. He's like, so you're breaking up with me while you're at work? And I was like, yes. I lied. I wasn't at work. Clearly, I told you that. I was like, yes. And he's like, why are you doing this? And I just go on a whole list of things, like what he did. Like, one, talking about, oh, I didn't tell you this part of the story. I missed a part.
Which part?
He thought we were engaged part.
Oh my god, when you told me that, I almost shit a brick.
So this boy literally thought we were engaged for real. He thought we were engaged for real. He was talking about marriage. And then mind you, we did not hang out but like maybe 7 times. We hung out in the span of a month.
That's really scary.
In a span of a month, we only hung out 7 days out of that entire fucking month. That was it. So, we didn't do anything. Like I said, never had sex. Not once. Because I was not having that. Yeah, he was weird and he did gross shit, but never sex.
It was like almost like he forced it on you, though.
He did.
And it was almost like, okay, like it's almost to some degree of like some form of unconsented.
But I could have gotten my ass up and left. That's the thing. Well, so I would never say it was sexual assault because, yeah, I may have said no, but I also didn't leave. I could have gotten up and left. I should have gotten up and left. But I didn't because I was stupid. And I was just like, okay, get off of me.
Yeah.
But whatever. But I think it was like 3rd or 4th time we hung out. In that span. 3rd or 4th time, he was like talking about marriage, that he wants to get married and this and that. I was like, yeah, one day. And I said, yeah, one day I would like to as well. Not technically talking about him. Did not really mean I wanted to get married to him. Not at all. But he said, let's practice. Now, when someone says practice, do you really think they're proposing to you for real? Because my logical ass thinking was, this is not real. He's pretend, it's fine. So he says, hey, he pretty much was like, will you marry me? And I'm like, because I'm thinking it's fake, because I'm thinking pretend, I said, yes. Was it really, no. If I knew he was really trying to do it, I would have been like, no, it's only been 4 days, dude. I don't know you like that.
It's only been a second.
I don't know you like that. But I thought, hey, pretend. He said, let's practice. Not, this is really, I'm going to actually propose to you.
With all due respect, I'm just going to tell you, if a guy wants to propose to you or something like that, I feel like that's probably the
worst way.
The worst way for you to propose to a girl is by saying, okay, well, you know what? I know we're not married, but let's practice like we're married. So let me go and ask you. Let me bend down on one knee.
He didn't even do that. He just
said, "Will you marry me?" I'm like,
he made me, we were making out, he made me straddle him. So that's how it was happening. So this is why I'm like, this is not a serious proposal bullshit either, because it's like the way he did it.
oh my god.
So, again, like I said, I could have left, but I didn't because I'm stupid. But he did, and I was like, sure, yeah. He was like, really? And I was like, yeah. Kind of a little less like, yeah, why are you so excited? Didn't click to me that he realized that was the thing. Until he asked me one day, he's like, did you tell your friend that we're engaged? And I looked at him like, what?
Well, you want to run that by me again, sir?
Wait, what? He's like, yeah, tell your friend we're engaged. I looked at him like, no. No, I did not. I was terrified. I was fucking terrified. Fucking terrified. Anyway, back to the me breaking up with him. He was talking about marriage. He also was trying to make me leave. So basically, he was trying to get me away from everybody that I knew, my family, all of that. He was trying to make us leave. And it's like, where the fuck are we going? You even have a plan for this shit? No, he did not. He had nothing. He didn't even have a fucking car. So how are we gonna do anything? Like how? No. It was like so much shit, and I was like, I don't even know. I pretty much like, I don't even know who you are. I don't know anything about you. I don't want to be with you anymore. And he was like, well, it was just talk. And marriage was just talk. It wasn't about this. And like,
apparently it meant something to you.
it was something. And then I just wanted to be done. Just let me go.
Yeah.
And he was like, fine. Well, I'll call it, but I get to tell people that it's a mutual relationship. Not mutual. It was a mutual breakup, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was just like, okay, I don't care. As long as it's over, am I done? Am I free? Am I free? He stopped talking to me. I blocked him on my Facebook. I'm done. I was terrified though. Now, he texts my friend, the friend that I'm staying with, who has a boyfriend, who she lives with. So I'm staying with both of them right now. And she's at work, and she gets a Facebook message from them like, hey, do you want to meet up at San Japan or whatever? We can go together and blah, 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 blah. And mind you, my friend knows what happened. She knows that I broke up with her. And she was like, no, I know my friend dumped you yesterday, so what the fuck? No. And plus, I have a boyfriend. He was like, I was talking about going as friends, but he wasn't. He's full of shit. Because I told you he was talking about her very not correct way. Not at all. So, she basically was like, no, and I have a boyfriend. He was like, I was talking about us friends, blah, 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 whatever. And plus, it was a mutual breakup. That's what she told me. And I was laughing on the phone like, what? Okay. She was like, whatever. And then he blocked her, which was funny to me. So that was the first incident. You think that's the end, right? No.
Gets better.
No. So fast forward to 3 years. Almost 4 years. To almost present day. I'm going to say it was fall 2018. Because I was in school. I'm at school right now. I'm a student. I go to, well, I'm not going to say what school I go to. Y'all don't need to know.
But you go to school.
I go to school. I started working at my work study job in a computer lab, whatever. And again, gave him a thought since these almost 4 years. Not a thought in mind. Once it was over and I found out he wasn't fucking following me or anything, I was like, I'm free. Hallelujah, I'm free. We'll never do that shit again.
Right.
I was stupid. Never again. I was like, yay, freedom. But turns out, I don't know how he found out where I was. I've been going to this school for like almost 2.5 years at this point. Pretty much. So I don't know how this boy found me. I don't know. I'd never seen him after school, so I don't know if you mean classes. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. All I know is, like, I was there, It was almost towards the end of my shift. It was like almost the end of the semester anyway. It was like, I think we had like maybe 2-3 weeks left. No, we had like a whole ass month left. Anyway, we had a whole month left. He comes out of nowhere. It's quiet at this point. I'm on the computer just minding my own business, doing some homework, that whatever amount of homework I could do. And then I was looking, someone was walking over there, and I'm thinking of someone who needs help. So I'm like, hi. Immediately my face was like, I was just like, hi, oh my god.
Oh shit.
Just looked in my mind, I was like, oh fuck. Immediately had like freak out moment. I was like, ah shit. I thought this was over. It's not over. This boy with his small, shy, pretend shy fucking voice. This is why I feel like he's sociopath. He tries to manipulate. No, I see through that bullshit. So do a lot of people. He's not good. He's not good at it. He's not. I say that, but he kind of tricked me for like almost, like for 7 fucking days out of a month. That was dumb, naive me. We're at the I'm not that dumb and naive anymore. But whatever. He starts talking. He's like, I'm sorry for whatever I did, and I know. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And it's like, I have a car now. Mind you, he says he has a car now. I want you to remember that. He says he has a car. That becomes important later. He goes, I have a car now, and I was wondering if maybe we could try again. And I'm like, no. Just sitting there like, how do I get out of this without him making a whole ass scene? So I'm just like, I pretty much say no, but I say it in the nicest way I possibly could. I basically was like, I don't really want to date right now. I'm not trying to date anybody at the moment, so no, I don't want that. And I go, maybe we could be friends. I don't know. Which was my fault. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said it. But like, I didn't want him to be there for 50 odd fucking hours. Like, but why? Why can't we get back to it? Why won't you give me a chance? Like that whole bullshit. I didn't want to have to go through that at the moment. I wasn't prepared, mentally or physically prepared for that stress. Had to go through it anyway, but not at that moment. So it was like, okay, well, how can I contact you? Didn't give him my phone number, because fuck no, I'm not that stupid. I gave him Instagram, where I could easily block his ass, which is what I did. But I gave him that, and when he left. That was it. I told my coworker, hey, yeah, he's crazy.
Take off.
I don't remember where I left off. I think I said, oh yeah, I gave him my Instagram where he could be easily blocked. So we left it at that. I told my coworker about him. I let her know what was going on. Obviously, if I'm in a different position, that's because this camera keeps shutting off. This is a long story. I'm sorry. It's a lot. But anyway, it's because the camera keeps shutting off. But this was too long of a fucking story. Anyway, so crazy face. Well, at this point, I told my coworker what was going on. That's all that. Leave that at that. I told her what was going on. Now, fast forward to the next week. I'm helping someone out in the computer lab. She happens to be an older person. She needed a lot of help. You're on your phone.
What? What?
You know you can be seen, right?
Oh, no, I'm looking. I'm just like, I'm letting you do the storytelling. They can't see what I'm doing down here.
Anyway, I was helping someone out, an older person out with the computer. She was trying to figure out how to do a book. It took forever. Thank God, though. Thank you, Jesus. Because he came in, I didn't know he was even there. He came in, and my coworker tells me that he sits in the corner of where the computer lab is, where he can see me, and he's just turning back, staring at me the entire time, just like he's looking at his phone, and he keeps turning and looking at me. And I was like, okay, creepy. It's kind of creepy. I don't understand why he's doing that, but whatever. And like he did message me like that weekend, like hi with a smiley face, and I looked at it and I was like, I'm not gonna respond. Put my phone right the fuck back down. Because I was like, no, maybe if I don't respond, he'll get it that I don't want anything to do with him. Granted, I shouldn't have said that we could be friends, but I was trying to get rid of him. Excuse me, but I was just trying to get rid of him, so it is what it is. But anyway, he came, he kept looking back at me, kept doing that until finally he asked my coworker for help. This is why I have a theory that he did not have class, at least not at that time. He didn't have class because my friend slash coworker, who was also a friend, she basically went over there to help him. He was supposed to print out, I guess, the syllabus or something. I don't know. I don't know. So maybe it was the beginning of fall. I don't remember. Anyway, he was printing out a syllabus for a class. I guess start 2 class. I don't know. Either way, he was trying to print out a syllabus. When you go on to a Canvas, I don't know how many schools have Canvas. We have Canvas. Some people have Blackboard. I don't know. But ours is Canvas. And when you go on Canvas, you can see all your classes on there. He went to his Canvas, and there was no classes on there. So that's why we're like, does he even have classes? He had to go through a whole different way to get syllabus for his class. But I was just like, does he have classes? Me and her looking at each other like, I don't think he has classes. I think he's just literally coming up here to fuck with me. The next week goes around. Like, at that point, I blocked him from my Instagram. He was blocked. He got blocked right after that because one, that's creepy as fuck that you're following me. It's creepy that you keep coming. Well, he wasn't following me, but he keep coming up to my job. That's creepy as fuck. I don't think he realized that's creepy as fuck, but it's creepy. And so the next week, he came once a week. I should just let you know that. For like 3 weeks. This was the last time, and this was the moment that I was just like, okay, this is confrontation time. It's happening while I'm at work. While I am at work, mind you. I didn't need this right now. You don't come to my job and then, be a dick. There's no purpose in that. Anyway, he comes over to me. Basically, I'm just get to the confrontation part. My coworker is wonderful. My friend, she's wonderful. I appreciate her as well because she helped me out. Because I was at that moment like, I'm not really wanting to do this. I was having a slight panic attack because I'm like, fuck. I don't know. Why wouldn't he leave? Just leave. Because I didn't know what he was going to do. I was just like, fuck. But basically, I told him I didn't want anything to do with him. My coworker came in and was like, you shouldn't be coming to her job. That's weird. I don't know why you're doing that. He got mad at her. I was like, you shouldn't. This is between me and her, not you. She's like, it kind of is because you're coming up here every time, and it's weird, and you shouldn't be doing that, and blah, 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 blah. And he was just like, well, there's no other way to contact her. I can't talk to her on Instagram.
Has it ever occurred to you that was a reason for that?
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, well, if I'm not talking to you on Instagram or anything, shouldn't that have been a clue that I didn't want anything to do with you? And he just looked at me like, well, then why did you say we'd be friends? Because I wanted to get rid of you. I wanted you to leave. I didn't really want to be friends. I thought you would have gotten that. And I was just like, also I was trying to be nice and not hurt your feelings. But clearly, you don't know how not to. Well, I didn't say all this. It was like, I was trying to be nice and not hurt his feelings because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. Like, I didn't. But clearly he doesn't understand nice. So you have to be a bitch in order for him to get that. You don't want shit to do with him.
Sometimes with men, you gotta be a bitch, and then that way they'll be like, okay, this bitch is not playing right now.
Yeah, for him to understand that I don't want shit to do with him.
Yeah.
But, anyway, let's get to it. So, he gets mad, he storms off, and I'm thinking this is the end of it, right? No. Cut back to spring, this spring semester. Yeah. I'm still working where I'm working. Haven't seen him there at all. Perfectly fine. Now, remember when he said he had a car? He said he had a car. Why the fuck is he on the bus with me? What the fuck? like, I had to take 3 buses to get to school and get home. Pretty much. I take 3 buses. One, I get there. He wasn't on that one. I find out later he rides the 2nd bus and the 3rd bus with me. But I didn't know this first incident. I didn't know he was on the 2nd bus. So I was like, where the fuck did he come from? Scared the shit out of me. Because I sat on the bus and all of a sudden, the last bus, I sat on the bus, got on there. All of a sudden I see him running to catch the bus and he gets on. And I'm like, and I know he saw me because he looked dead in my face and then he walked. Went to the back of the bus and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Like, I'm panicking at this moment. I'm like, okay, clearly he doesn't understand. I don't know what to do. What's about to happen to me right now? Like, panic. I'm having a panic attack. I get to the stop. Other people are getting off with me. He doesn't do anything. So I'm like, okay, I panicked for no reason. So I'm just walking to my class like normal. Nothing happened. Come to the next time. Next time I find out he's on the 2nd bus. So I'm like, oh, okay. So he rides this bus. I only found that out because he was running to catch it before it left. So I'm sitting there. Again, he doesn't sit by me. He goes sit somewhere else. And then the bus, we get to the 3rd bus. And I'm like wondering why I'm only paying attention because I'm being aware because I'm like, this is the 2nd time I've seen him. And still confused as to why he said he had a car and now he doesn't have a car all of a sudden. But then at the same time, like, maybe something happened to it, broke down. Could be several reasons. But I'm still alert. Something's telling me to stay the fuck alert. So I stay alert. And he's on the same 2nd bus as me, and we stop at the same stop. I get off and go immediately onto the 3rd bus. Not understanding why he has to run to catch the 3rd bus when he was on the 2nd bus with me. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. But whatever. Again, he sees me, but he goes sit somewhere else. Alright, whatever. So I'm getting off the bus at my stop, which is the school. I'm getting off, and he doesn't get off the bus right away. Or at least I don't see him get off the bus. Because I turned back and I was like, is he there? I'm still alert, and I'm still like, I still should probably walk hella fast right now, if not run. But I was walking fast still, walking to my class. And I'm like still turning back, no one's there. The bus still there, but no one else is behind me. So I'm still walking. Then all of a sudden I hear running behind me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh my god.
No one got off this bus. I want to make that clear. No one got off this bus but me. So I'm by myself. He's running, and he goes, Ashley, hey Ashley, can I talk to you? And I'm like, I'm quiet at this point. I'm trying to get away from him, and I'm walking. Trying to get to where there is of people, because I'm like, nope. He's like, I just want to apologize for hurting you and doing this and that, but towards the end of this. And I'm like, looking at him, you made this apology already. And I was like, I just said it's fine. Kept walking, no fucks giving. But I'm like, you acting like we never had this conversation.
Seriously,
what the fuck? So I'm confused, but I'm still walking. He's like, I just want to know. It's like, I don't. Basically, he was all like, I never had known anybody like you in my life, and I don't want to lose you, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm
playing the world's smallest violin. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever you say. And then he goes, well, do you think we can be friends, maybe? And I say nothing at this point. I'm like, And then he's like, I love you. He says, I love you, Ashley. And I'm like,
okay, that part you never mentioned to me.
I did tell you this.
You did?
Yes.
Okay, this wasn't the time that I just fell asleep, right?
No. Well,
if that was the case,
I told you on the phone as well.
I don't remember you telling me that.
We had this conversation.
Well, I'm just hearing this now, so just for the record, that part shocked me. I was like, what?
It threw me off. I looked at him, and then that's exactly what, in my mind, I was like, that's exactly why we can't just be friends, because you can't tell the difference. He's like, and he goes, you don't love me? And I said, straight up, no, I do not.
No, and I don't know where you got the idea that I did love you.
Because, again, we only hung out for 7 days. I don't know shit about you. How can you love someone if you don't know them?
Exactly.
That's always for him. How do you love me if you don't fucking know me? I don't understand. But again, crazy. We don't know how crazy works. Anyway. He was just he goes on. He's like, was it because I hurt you? Are you hurt? And it's like, I'm not hurt. I just don't feel like that about you. He's just like, well, do you think we could at least be friends? And I basically just huffed. I was like, look, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I don't want to be friends with you. He's like, well, can you at least think about it? And I was like, no, there's nothing to think about. I don't want to be friends with you. He's like, I don't want to be friends. He's like, I know deep down you still care about me. And I was like,
if only you could understand that honestly there is like a pea-sized amount of care inside of me. Maybe not even that
like,
much right
I
now.
hear enough not to hurt your feelings, but I don't give a fuck about you otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, I care enough not to put your ass in prison because you're stalking me. But other than that, I don't. Leave me alone. I just don't want to fuck up your life. But again, I did put in at the end of this, I put in a police report. No, I was like, I don't care. I care about my safety way too fucking much to do this. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired of looking behind my back. But regardless, he was like, basically at this point, I'm debating. Speak English. Basically at this point, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of him so he doesn't know where the fuck my class is. So it's like, I don't want him to know where my class is because I don't want him to pop up every chance he gets. Hey, can I talk to you? Hey, this. No, I don't need him to know where the fuck my class is. He already knows where my job is. He doesn't need to know where the fuck my class is. No. So, he goes, well, again, can you at least think about it? And I go at this point because I'm like trying to get to class and don't want to be late, but I don't want him to know where the fuck my class is. I'm like, okay, fine. And I try to leave. He was like, well, how will I contact you? I basically shrug and say, I don't know. And I walk away. And at this point, he knows where when I get on the bus and when I don't get on the bus and what my bus schedule type shit is. So I switched it the fuck up. Got to the bus earlier. The bus is earlier. Pretty much. I woke up earlier just to avoid his ass because I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. So, cut back to the next incident. He ends up, I guess, on the same bus as me. This was like in April, around my birthday. Around my birthday. He's on the bus with me, and at this point, I'm freaking out because I'm like, nah, I don't want to deal with this today. Not today. I have other shit to do. So I call my friend, the same friend who was pregnant in the beginning of the story. I call her. She comes to pick me up. I get off the bus. And I get off the bus in like a public area because I was...
That's you. That's you.
Excuse me. I get off the bus in a public area. You look so not interested.
You know, I've heard this story a couple times.
I know. Well, I get off a bus in a public area because I know I'm found out at this moment in time that he doesn't fuck with me if there are people around me. If there's anyone around me, he's not going to do shit. But if I am by myself, that's when he comes and targets me. And that's when I was like, nah, I know I'm going to get off at a public place. And then I walked back to the bus station because it wasn't that far. I got off pretty close. I walked back and I waited for my friend and she took me to school. Took me the rest of the way to school. Anyway, she saved me that day. Now, to the final incident, which got me to talk to the school police, file a police report, and also have like this whole, what is it called? Basically, he can't contact me at all. And I can't contact him, which is, I wouldn't do any fucking way. But I did that at that point because I was like, I'm tired. I can't do this shit anymore. And it was very close to me pretty much getting a restraining order with actual state police. That's how far I was willing to fucking go because it was just too much for me. Basically, this last incident, he winds up on my bus again. Fun. Cut to the part, I was by myself, walking kind of fast, hoping that he wouldn't talk to me. Clearly, he runs up behind me again, the same area. And basically, I was fed up at this point. I was pissed off. I'm just like, I just want this to be over. I just want this shit to be over. I'm stressed. I can't do this shit anymore. Basically. He goes, hey Ashley, can I talk to you? I was like, what? I basically just, I'm rude. I'm being a bitch at this point. I was like, what? What do you want? He's like, you said you would think about it. I was like, no, I told you no. He ignored the fact that I said no multiple times and went with the okay, whatever. With me just trying to get rid of him. Basically. So he was just like, well, what's wrong with you? I was just like, I told you no. He's like, no, you didn't. I told you no several times. Because there was the no from the fall, where I said I didn't want anything to do with you. And there's the no in between all of that I kept telling you that I didn't want anything to do with you. You ignored it all. So I told him no several times. He's like, what's wrong with giving me a second chance? And I just kept walking. I went and talked to my supervisor. I told him what was going on. And I was like, I had the feeling he was going to come up to my job that day. And I was correct. He came up talking about bullshit that he needed help with, which he didn't need help with at all. And my supervisors didn't know who he was because they never seen him before. But I'm looking there like, fuck. Alright. Okay. Come to find out, he's been going up there all the time, trying to figure out what my schedule is. So, I told my supervisors that's him who's been following me. And they were like, oh, okay. So, I had to talk to the head boss, like the head of the department.
Or like the chief of police?
No, like our actual department. Well, my supervisor.
Yeah.
Had to talk to her, and then she had to talk to, I guess, who is the head of the department.
Yeah.
And then they told her, okay, go ahead and file a police report with the cops. Mm-hmm. Put in a report for what's going on and tell him what he's wearing, what he's doing, and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. So we went through all that procedures and all that stuff, and then the next day, on the Monday, when school started back, I had to talk to a different type of officer. I think it's like something with student type of officer.
Yeah.
And I had to tell him the whole story of what was going on, and he basically said we can issue out a whatever, I don't know what it's called, but basically he can't contact me through anything. I can't contact him through anything, not through a second party or anything like that. He basically can't talk to me while he's at school. He can go up to where my job is, but he can't talk to me. He needs to ask help from someone else. He can't pretty much he needs to leave me the fuck alone. That's basically the whole gist of it. Mm-hmm. He has to leave me alone. And again, I have to not talk to him, which again, I would never do. At all. Like, at all. But, we talked. I talked to him, told him what was going on. And then, the thing that gets me is, like, they finally talked to him towards the end of the semester. So it was like, I hadn't seen him then after that. He did come up there, but he came up there early that day, and one of my coworkers was like, yeah, he didn't even need help. He was doing it all himself. So, clearly he was just on his phone the entire time. He thought that I worked in the mornings every time, I guess, but I didn't. So he was wrong. But he came up there. I got into work, and they're like, oh, he was up here or whatever. That's what happened. Basically, they finally saw him. They finally talked to him and told him what was going on. He basically lied and said he didn't know that I worked up there, which was bullshit because he did know I worked up there. That's the first thing he asked. Like, you work here? And I was like, yeah. He saw me there. It's not like he could have lied and like, no. Clearly he knew I worked there. Basically, they're just telling me I can't talk to him, which is obvious. I don't want to. And that he was going to leave me alone and that he wasn't going to talk to me anymore since the incident when I told him no and leave me the fuck alone. But basically, that was my story. My long ass, horrible story. Just anyone going through this right now, it doesn't matter if you don't think you have enough proof. That was another reason why I didn't go to the cops right away, because I didn't think I had enough proof. Because like I said, he wouldn't sit by me on the bus. He wouldn't talk to me unless I was by myself. And what I've learned is, yes, you can still tell the police that you're being followed. You can still tell them that you think someone is stalking you, and they will do something. You can put up at least a report in. At least that, and they can at least do that. So if something is to happen, they know where to go and where to find you. Instead of, having nothing to go on I don't know where I'm going with this. Instead of having nothing to go on, you know?
Like if you don't have enough evidence to basically support the facts, basically.
Well, even if you don't have enough evidence, you can still tell someone.
Mm-hmm.
You can still talk to a cop, figure out what your best option is, either way. And then if by chance, like when he ends up coming up to you or she comes up to you and you're telling her to leave you alone, have your camera out. That might help you too.
Yeah.
Your phone and mace. Girls, have your mace or taser, just in case they get a little too close.
Or your knife if you have that too.
And just in case they get a little too close and use that camera, and then you have your proof that this person, like only reason I was like, yeah, no, I'm talking to the cops because he fucked up. He came to my job where there are cameras, and I was like, okay, I have proof he's been following me now, and I have witnesses who from my job who are like, yeah, he's been coming here a lot. Yeah, I remember him when he came in the fall and he was following you too. So I was like, all right, I have a basis to go on. There's people, I'm not crazy. At least they will know I'm not crazy. From my perspective, he looked like he was following me. He looked like he was stalking me. From my perspective. And a lot of other people's perspective, because they could see him there. It's creepy as fuck. Maybe from his perspective, he didn't think he was being creepy or following me or stalking me. But from my perspective, that's what it was. And it was scary. And I did not know what he would do. I didn't want to be pretty much like you see on the news, all these people who get killed because the other person can't handle rejection. You know? I didn't want to be that. I didn't want that to happen. I was just like, okay, I need to protect myself. And if you feel like you need to protect yourself, do it. Yeah, talk absolutely. To someone. If someone's coming to your job, tell your boss. If you talk to a police officer. Again, go up there and ask them what your options are. What can I do? Can I get a restraining order? What is it that I can do to keep him away from me, or her away from me, or whoever away from you? Like, what can you do? Because I let this go way too long, and I shouldn't have. I should have immediately talked to somebody. I should have gotten it taken care of immediately, but I didn't.
Well, honestly, because you did not imagine it was going to go to that far of an extent.
I didn't, and I tried to do things to keep him away from me. Like I said, I woke up earlier, changed my bus schedule, just so I would avoid him, and you would think that would have been enough, but clearly not.
Yeah.
So, that's my story. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope someone learns from this and doesn't do the same thing I did.
Don't. What I would say, honestly, at the end of the day is, like, just don't, as far as, like, when it comes to, like, as far as having a boyfriend and having, like, you know, when you're young, especially, like,
you're good. It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
Love yourself first before you. And I know you hear that and you're like, oh, that's so stupid. No, it's real.
It's harder to love
yourself first before you can't find validation from a person.
No, absolutely not.
You need to love yourself first and be confident within yourself before you go into a relationship.